raise your hand if you ever have a dream. And raise your hand again if you ever have a dream that you still want to achieve to this day. In fact, say I. If you've been there with me in 2005, you would have seen me achieve a dream. Here I am, wearing my white coat, and I have a degree on my shoulder that says MB, BCH, and BAO, medical doctor. So I have a designer clothes, wardrobe full of designer clothes and sports car in my garage, and I'm earning a pretty good living for someone my age. I mean, I'm living a dream. But it's someone else's dream. What about my dream? Does it matter? And what was my dream? Let's go back to 1984 and find out what happened. Mommy, I've just made my very first ever comic book. I want you to have a look and tell me what you think. Wow, darling, let me see. This is amazing. You created all this, and you're only 6. I am impressed. I think one day you are going to be world famous, and this book is going to sell millions. My mother, she was very, very supportive. But things start to change as I grow up. And one day, my mother, who looks like the older version of myself, with her brown eyes, gave me this look that I've never seen in her face before, and she goes, "My daughter, I understand how important it is, this whole comic book thing to you. You've been doing it for years, you show it to your friends, they cheer, it makes you feel good. But you have to understand that this is just a hobby. It's not going to be a career, or it's not going to earn you a living. You are 14. You have to start thinking of your future, what you want to do with the rest of your life. But you're so lucky, because myself and your dad have thought of a very good career path for you, to be a medical doctor. We're going to pay for your tuition. All you have to do is just ace the grades, get into med school. Can you do that to me?" Mom, no offense, and don't get me wrong. I have nothing against medical doctors. I mean, Dad is one, and he's well respected by everyone because of that. And that's why we're living very comfortably. I really appreciate that. But what I really want to do with my life is to become a successful comic book creator, a cartoonist like Walt Disney. You know that because I've been saying that since age 2. What's with the fuss? Vivian, I am sick and tired of this conversation. For so many years, you never ever listen to a word I say. Look, this time, if you don't get into med school, you are not my daughter anymore. Understand? End of discussions. Have you ever had someone, perhaps somebody in your family or a friend or someone you know, that is just in the way of your dreams? It reminds me of circus elephants. Circus elephant never tried to run away. You know why? Because they have been shackled down and chained in one place since the day they're born. So these elephants grow up thinking that no matter what circumstances is like, no matter how hard you try, you cannot escape from your life's circumstances. You just have to accept it and say, well, I guess this is my life. I just have to work. And when these elephants grow up, you don't even have to put a chain on its leg. It's not going to try to run away. So this baby elephant grew up, working and working and working as a doctor, wearing a white coat. And one day, I find myself right there, on the floor, with blood gushing from my forehead, because I have finally collapsed from overworking. And that night, my best friend, Irina, came and visited me. Irina is this Russian girl about that high, and she had this big frown between her eyebrows, and she goes, "Vivian, what happened to you?" Irina, I've been stressed for so many years. I work from morning until night, going through routines after routines without even knowing why. And there's a cancer patient right in front of me. I don't even give a damn. I just want to get the paperwork done so that I can get 2 hours of sleep. Is that called life? Is that called adding value to other people's lives? I hate my life. Vivian, hey, do you remember that time when you and I, we sneaked into that event to see Paulo Coelho, our hero, the writer of The Alchemist? You had your copy of The Alchemist in your hand. You asked him for an autograph, remember? And he wrote a personal message for you. I think you should have a look and remember it. A personal message from Paulo, the writer of The Alchemist, for me. Dear Vivian, no matter what happened in life, stay faithful to your dreams. Love, Paulo. I didn't do that. I went to med school. I became a doctor. But I didn't try to realize my dream of becoming a successful comic book creator. You would have seen tears running down my face. And at that moment, I made a decision that I have to change. I have to start living my dreams. I have to be me. I have to be authentic. And then I can start making other people happy. Not out of obligation or because I respect somebody that I do this, but to be me. Have you ever had that experience where you feel that you have to be your authentic self to be truly happy? And the years after that wasn't easy at all for me because I have to learn to break out of these shackles. There had been many more clashes with family, and people mock me. They say stuff like, "You are trying to break into teenage market at age over 30? Are you kidding? You're Indonesian, you're not even Japanese." I'm sorry to say, but your Japanese language level is like that of a primary school student. And you are trying to write a bestseller in Japan? Very realistic. Even if you master your Japanese, they pick 1 in a million people. How special do you think you are? There are always moments of doubt, and these voices, they're loud. They're louder than this little voice inside of me that says, in Paulo's voice, no matter what happened in life, stay faithful to your dreams. And I did exactly that. And then, guess what happened? Little by little, things start to change. First, I start winning comics competitions. And the next thing, I got a job as an assistant and apprentice to a best-selling manga comic author. And then there comes a big turning point in my life. when I finally made my professional debut as a comic book creator in Japan's one of the most prestigious and competitive magazines, Shonen Sunday. Wow! And suddenly I find myself rubbing shoulders with all these important people in the industry, and then I get all this media attention. I get like TV interview and then talk shows, and even Fortune magazine did a whole article about me. And they start calling me something new. Entrepreneur. What's that? No one's ever called me entrepreneur before. I guess they mean I'm a risk taker. Well, I guess I am. And a year later, I find myself sitting in a room like this, just like you, in National Achievers Congress, Singapore, 2013. That is when Andy Harrington came on stage, and my life took another turn when he says, "Why do you try so hard to fit in when you were born to stand out?" Wow. Maybe there are other people who are like me, who feel shackled down and chained by this invisible chain, and I can help them. I can help them achieve their dreams too. Stop focusing on myself and start focusing on others that I can serve. And then I joined the Professional Speakers Academy, and I learned to connect to many people at the same time and help them achieve their dreams. So I want you to remember, there's no shackles on your legs. So no matter what happened in life, stay faithful to your dreams. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice big warm round of applause for Dr.Vee. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Give her a hand. She did a good job. As I said, only 1 year ago, she was in the audience here just like you. If you feel like you have a message, if you feel like that you'd like to be a coach, a mentor, a speaker, there's only one person in the world you can use. He is the world's #1 coach at being a public speaker, at getting on stage with people like Richard Branson and Tony Robbins and Sir Bob Geldof and Lord Alan Sugar and all the world's great speakers, because that's what this man has done. I've known Andy for a very long time. He is beyond question not just the UK's #1 speaking coach, but the world's #1 speaking coach. If you Google him, if you look on YouTube, his training programs are the #1 listed tubes and videos in the internet. So ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding, because we like to give a standing ovation. And please welcome to the stage, Mr. Andy Harrington. Hey, mate.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do grab a seat. Thank you.